For as long as humans have walked the earth, we have looked to the skies. We have watched in awe as birds soared above us, masters of the air. Their songs have been the soundtrack to our mornings, a constant presence in our lives. From the smallest hummingbird to the majestic eagle, birds have captured our imaginations. They have inspired our myths, our art, and our science. They are a vital thread in the rich tapestry of life, woven into every ecosystem. The diversity of birds is simply staggering. Imagine the intricate dance of a flock of starlings, a swirling cloud that moves as one. Their lives are a constant drama of survival and beauty, a spectacle we have often taken for granted. They are more than just animals. They are part of our shared heritage, a source of endless wonder. They are our constant companions, a reminder of the wildness and beauty that exists all around us. But this symphony of life is beginning to fade. The skies are slowly falling silent. The birds are sending a message of warning that we can no longer afford to ignore. Imagine waking up one morning to a world without birdsong. The familiar chirps and melodies that greet the dawn are gone. There is only an unsettling quiet. The sky is empty. This is not a scene from a distant dystopian future. For many parts of our world, this silence is becoming a stark and frightening reality. It is a silence that speaks volumes about the health of our planet. The evidence is now undeniable and deeply alarming. Scientists and bird watchers across the globe are reporting steep declines in bird populations. Billions of birds have vanished from our skies in just a few decades. Familiar species that once filled our gardens and parks are becoming harder and harder to find. Empty nests lie abandoned in the trees. It is a crisis unfolding in our own backyards, in the places we call home. The quiet is a symptom of a much deeper illness affecting the entire planet. This is a crisis driven by human activity. The very fabric of the natural world is being torn apart. Their homes are disappearing as vast forests are being cleared. The safe havens that birds have relied upon for millions of years are vanishing at an unprecedented rate. Our modern world has introduced a host of new dangers. Invisible poisons in the form of pesticides contaminate their food sources. Our oceans are filling with plastic, which birds mistake for food. Together, they create a perfect storm, a relentless assault on bird populations everywhere. The silence we are beginning to hear is the consequence of our actions. Let us journey to the wild places, where the story of birds truly begins. They are its architects. Consider the wetlands, those vital marshy landscapes teeming with life. Here, birds like the bittern and the heron move with silent grace. In the dense forests, a different kind of architecture is at play. High in the canopy, birds build nests of incredible complexity. Each species has its own unique blueprint, a skill passed down through generations. Even in the harshest environments, birds find a way to build a life. On windswept coastal cliffs, seabirds like guillemots and puffins form vast, noisy colonies. These are the homes that birds create, the worlds they shape. From the wetlands to the treetops to the rocky shores, their lives are a demonstration of adaptation and resilience. They have shaped their habitats in a beautiful, reciprocal dance. The avian world is a vibrant explosion of colour, form and behaviour. In New Guinea, witness the bird of paradise courtship dance. The male transforms into a living sculpture of colour and movement. In Africa, the ostrich, the world's largest bird, roams. It cannot fly, but it is a formidable runner. In the north, the snowy owl is a silent hunter of the Arctic tundra. From the bee hummingbird to the Andean condor, the variety is astonishing. This incredible diversity is one of Earth's greatest treasures. Birds are the pulse of the planet, their movements marking the rhythm of the seasons. Each year, billions of birds embark on epic migrations, travelling thousands of miles. The Arctic tern flies from pole to pole, covering enough distance to travel to the moon and back 3 times. These migrations connect the globe, essential for the health of ecosystems. Birds act as crucial pollinators and seed dispersers, helping to regenerate forests. Their behaviour serves as a vital indicator of environmental change. Changes in their behaviour are a clear signal that something is amiss. The lives of birds are deeply intertwined with our own. Their presence enriches our lives and sustains the health of the planet. The vibrant chorus that once greeted the dawn is now fading. In fields and forests across the world, a strange and unsettling quiet is taking hold. This gathering silence is the sound of a world in crisis, a direct consequence of the staggering loss of our feathered companions. It is a warning that the very fabric of our ecosystems is beginning to unravel. In North America alone, scientists have calculated that nearly 3 billion birds have disappeared since 1970. That is more than 1 in every 4 birds gone in the span of a single human lifetime. Now, we are witnessing a similar, though slower, erosion of life across hundreds of species. Birds are essential workers in the business of life. When they disappear, these vital services disappear with them. The silence we hear is the sound of an ecosystem losing its resilience, its ability to function. Look up. The sky, that vast open canvas once painted with the constant motion of wings, is becoming startlingly empty. Where great flocks once swirled, there is now often just a static, unmoving blue. The dramatic V formations of migrating geese are becoming a less frequent sight. The skies above our cities, our farms, and even our wildlands are becoming barren. This emptiness is a visual testament to the crisis unfolding around us. The evidence of this loss is also found in the poignant sight of abandoned nests. They are monuments to a future that will never be. A woodland without birds feels strangely inert. A coastline without the cries of gulls loses its wild energy. Birds bring movement, colour and sound to a landscape. Their absence leaves behind a world that is diminished. These are part of a worldwide pattern of decline that is affecting nearly every bird family on every continent. The canvas of our planet is being wiped clean. We are increasingly living in a world of ghosts. We walk through forests and fields that were once home to billions more birds. The songs we hear today are but a faint echo of the chorus that rang out just a few decades ago. Many of the birds we still see are the remnants of once mighty populations, their numbers a fraction of their former glory. We are haunted by the memory of what has been lost, whether we are conscious of it or not. The natural world feels less rich, less complete because it is. We are surrounded by the ghosts of vanished flocks and the echoes of silenced songs. This is a crisis of numbers, and the statistics are shocking. The story they tell is one of relentless decline. More than 40% of all bird species worldwide are now in decline, with 1 in 8 facing the threat of global extinction. Think of the iconic species we are at risk of losing forever. The majestic Philippine eagle, the comical Atlantic puffin, the elegant snowy owl. These are not just birds. They are part of our collective cultural heritage, symbols of wildness and beauty. Their potential extinction is an indictment of our stewardship of the planet, a failure we will pass on to future generations. The loss is not just about extinction. It is about the decline of the common and familiar. The birds of our backyards, the sparrows, finches and blackbirds, are disappearing before our very eyes. These are the species that form our most immediate connection to the natural world. Their decline signals a deep and pervasive sickness in our environment, one that is affecting the places we live, work, and play. When the common birds start to disappear, it is a clear sign that the foundations of our ecosystems are crumbling. We are losing the very creatures that make our world feel alive. This vanishing act leaves a profound void. It is a loss of beauty, a loss of ecological function, and a loss of connection to the natural world. The birds are a barometer of the planet's health, and they are telling us that our world is in grave danger. Their empty nests and silent skies are a stark and urgent warning. We are creating a lonelier, poorer planet, a world of ghosts where there was once an abundance of life. The question we must now face is whether we will listen to their silent message before it is too late to change the course of this story. The most significant driver of this global bird crisis is brutally simple. They are losing their homes. Across the planet, the natural habitats that birds depend on are being destroyed at a terrifying rate. Vast forests are being felled for timber, cattle ranches and palm oil plantations. The trees that once provided shelter and food are reduced to barren wastelands. It is a violent erasure of entire ecosystems, leaving birds with nowhere to go. Wetlands are also disappearing, drained for agriculture and filled in for urban development. These are vital stopover points for migratory birds and critical breeding grounds for waterfowl. As these wetlands vanish, so do the birds that rely on them. Grasslands have been systematically converted into immense monocultures. This removes all the resources birds need. The expansion of cities fragments the landscape, creating isolated pockets of green space too small to support healthy bird populations. By carving up their world, we are trapping them in ever smaller islands of habitat. Beyond habitat destruction, birds face a world saturated with poison from pesticides used in modern agriculture. These chemicals can be lethal or cause sublethal effects, weakening immune systems and impairing navigation. Climate change throws off seasonal timing, creating critical mismatches in food availability. Extreme weather events decimate bird populations. Our planet is choking on plastic, with millions of tons entering our oceans yearly, impacting seabirds. Birds mistake plastic for food, feeding it to their chicks, which starve to death. These threats combine to create a deadly synergy. The cumulative impact creates a relentless barrage of challenges that many species cannot withstand. We've altered the world, creating a hostile environment for these creatures. Twice a year, billions of birds embark on epic migrations, tracing invisible highways across continents. The bar-tailed godwit flies non-stop from Alaska to New Zealand, over 11,000 kilometers in just 8 days. But these journeys are now more dangerous than ever. Critical stopover sites, wetlands and mudflats, are vanishing, leaving birds without places to rest and refuel. Imagine running a marathon with no water stations. For many birds, this is now reality. Scientists are racing to track these migrations using tiny satellite devices, revealing the exact routes and habitats birds depend on. This data exposes a gauntlet of modern threats: wind turbines, city lights, and shrinking habitats. Birds collide with towers, become disoriented by light pollution, and face hunters along their routes. Each journey is a struggle for survival, as human progress stacks the odds ever higher. Yet, by mapping their paths, we can pinpoint where conservation is most urgently needed. The fate of these global travelers depends on our willingness to protect the lifelines they follow. Their migrations are a living pulse of our planet, one we cannot afford to lose. The question is, will we act before these journeys become impossible? The story of migratory birds is deeply entwined with our own. For many communities, birds are a source of food, tradition, and celebration. Their arrival marks renewal. Their absence threatens ancient ways of life and food security. Birds also keep ecosystems in balance, controlling pests and rodents, supporting healthy farms. When birds vanish, communities turn to chemicals, disrupting systems that have worked for centuries. Birds inspire our art, myths, and music, connecting us spiritually to the natural world. Their loss is not just ecological but cultural, a silencing of wonder and meaning. Tracking their journeys reveals our global interdependence. A wetland lost in one country ripples across continents. The health of birds and of our planet is a shared responsibility. Their migrations remind us we are all part of the same web of life. Amidst the challenges, hope is taking flight. Around the world, people are restoring bird sanctuaries and vital habitats. Wetlands are being revived, native grasses replanted, and life is returning. First the birds, then entire ecosystems. In reforested landscapes, communities plant trees, and the silence is broken by birdsong once more. These efforts prove that nature can heal if given a chance. Every restored wetland, every new forest is a promise for the future. Birds are the first to return, signaling the rebirth of living systems. We have the knowledge and tools to make a difference. It takes dedication and collective will. These seeds of hope are rebuilding not just bird populations, but the health of our planet. Clean water, stable soil, and resilient ecosystems benefit all life, including our own. Despair is not the only option. Positive change is within our grasp. The return of birds is proof that our actions matter. Together we can turn the tide. The fight to save birds is waged by individuals as much as by nations. Local heroes run rescue centres, mending wings and giving birds a second chance. Every released bird is a victory, inspiring hope and action in communities. Education is key. Children learn to recognise and cherish the birds around them, forging lifelong connections to nature. These early experiences create the conservationists of tomorrow. The power to bring back the birds lies in our collective hands. Volunteers, scientists, and everyday people all play a role, planting trees, creating bird-friendly spaces, and sharing our wonder for birds all make a difference. The crisis is immense, but so is the human spirit. Together, our actions become a global chorus for change. We can fill the skies with birdsong once again. We have witnessed both the beauty and the loss in our skies. The disappearance of birds is a crisis unfolding now, a reflection of our planet's health. Yet hope is alive in restored habitats, scientific breakthroughs, and the hands of volunteers. We have the knowledge and compassion to reverse this decline. The future of birds is tied to our own. Their fate rests in the choices of governments, industries, and each of us. It's in the gardens we plant, the products we choose, and the voices we raise. We can be the generation that brings back the symphony of nature. Their songs are fading, but they are not yet gone. Let us answer their warning with action, rebuilding homes, cleaning habitats, and protecting ancient journeys. The sky is not yet empty. There is still time to act. By saving birds, we protect the planet we all call home. Let future generations wake to a world filled with birdsong.